Hey guys, it's Carowinds here, and we have some pretty major news coming out of both Carowinds and Kings Dominion. First, we're going to look at Carowinds. As I'm sure a lot of you have heard, both of these coasters are going to be rethemed for the 2024 season, as far as we know, the Intimidator licensing and all the Dale Earnhardt theming, that is no longer available to Cedar Fair. That is gone. The licensing agreement is up, so they have to retheme both of the attractions, and one we know a lot more about than the other, that being Carowinds. Carowinds Intimidator will now be known as Thunder Striker. Definitely an interesting choice of name. We can see the logo right there. I'll have it pop up a little bigger on screen right now. What I do like about this theme, though, that I know a lot of people are not a big fan of, at least the name, I do like that they're giving it a bit of a backstory. So if we scroll down here, it says the Carolina's fastest, meanest hot rod, Thunder Striker was built in the back of Earl's garage on Thunder Road. Master mechanics stripped down the old jalopy and scrounged up parts to create a souped-up engine that's optimized for pure speed. Now Thunder Striker is the champion of the dirt road racers, the fastest, meanest hot rod in 2 states. Lucky visitors to Earl's might get to hop in the sleek, black-bodied roadster with signature lightning bolts painted on the hood. They'll surely get the ride of a lifetime, a high-fuel, high-thrill spin through the Carolinas. So, for those of you unaware, Thunder Road was the old dueling wooden coaster they used to have at Carowinds, and this is paying homage to that, which I think is really nice. I always like to see when parks honor their history. The name itself isn't too far off from Thunder Road. Thunder Striker is fairly similar. They just replaced Road with Striker, obviously. And I think that's a really interesting choice because they already have Copperhead Strike in the same park. So 2 of their top 4 coasters, their most popular, biggest coasters, have their second word be strike or striker in the name, which I think is going to get kind of confusing for people. I do like the logo, though. I'll definitely give them that. I personally will probably just keep calling this ride Intimidator. I just don't really see myself adopting this new name, but I'll let it get a couple days to marinate and see if it gets better and see if we wind up liking it more than we currently do. Right now, though, I'm not a huge fan. I do understand, of course, they had to come up with something relatively quick. They knew the licensing agreement was going to be up. So I do like the theming that they gave it, and it sounds like they're going to be making some aesthetic upgrades to the ride. Of course, they're going to have to change the queue in the entrance because it's heavily themed to NASCAR and Dale Earnhardt, so they're going to have to change all that. But I do like the theme, not a huge fan of the name, but that's not the only coaster that's getting rethemed, as the highly acclaimed Intimidator 305 at Kings Dominion is no more. Currently, they have it labeled as Project 305. Now, it's unclear if this is the final name or if this is just a placeholder name. My guess is that today was the day they had to strip the Intimidator theming from their website, so they had to put something here. So for this Project 305, they have put a certain roller coaster we all know and love, one of the tallest, fastest, most thrilling on the East Coast, is undergoing a transformation. While the insane drops, twists, turns, and speed are the same, the experience is something you've never ever seen, and definitely something you can't unsee. Details are coming, but in the meantime, brace yourself. So, very cryptic. If I had to guess, they're probably going to add some more details on what they're going to theme this ride to. And there are definitely 2 different routes they can go down with the theming. I heard a lot of people think that Project 305 may actually be the final name of the attraction. They're going to give it a repaint and theme it to like aliens and stuff like that to fit in with Flight of Fear, since it is located right next door to Flight of Fear, which has a heavy UFO alien kind of theming. Another thought I've heard is that this is just a placeholder name and it's going to be rethemed to something to fit in with Jungle Expedition, which is the area both this and Flight of Fear are technically located in. They're kind of on the back end of that, but they're right next to Anaconda and the rest of Jungle X, which is all one cohesive themed area. And I've always thought that I-305 and Flight of Fear didn't really fit too well with the theming of that area, because that is one of the best themed areas of any park out there. It is really well done. So a lot of people are thinking maybe they're going to retheme this, and maybe we could even see a retheme of Flight of Fear. I don't know about a retheme of Flight of Fear. That's a lot of work and definitely a lot of money they would have to spend to change that. This, on the other hand, though, I could totally see this going with the Jungle X theme. The only issue I have with that is that it really doesn't make sense to have Jungle X continue past Flight of Fear and kind of skip it and include I-305 in the theming. That's the only issue I kind of have with this, but I think it's safe to say that this will get repainted, possibly with a new color scheme. I've heard a lot of different ideas thrown out there, but the ride has been in need of a repaint for a few years now, and my guess is that they've been waiting until this retheme so that they can finally change the color scheme up a little bit. I know a lot of people are thinking that they might be changing aspects of the ride, But the reason I don't think this is because they mentioned this line right here, while the insane drops, twists, turns, and speed are the same. I'm guessing they're not changing anything about the ride itself, but the way they market it as the experience is something you've never seen before, that does kind of throw me off a little bit. I'm curious what they're going to be doing to this attraction to make it fit that bill, because they are hyping this up quite a bit. I'm really curious to see when we're going to find out what the theme of this attraction will be, when we'll find out more details, because this has me very intrigued. This is one of my favorite coasters I've ever ridden, so I really hope they do something great with the theming. I would totally be all in on an outer space or sci-fi type theme to match Flight of Fear, or something to match Jungle X. Either way, I think this is definitely going to be something to watch and keep our eyes on. But with that being said, that's about it for the news across Carowinds and Kings Dominion regarding two of their star attractions, I-305, that is now currently known as Project 305, and at Carowinds, Intimidator, which is now known as Thunderstriker. Let me know down in the comments what you think about the names of these attractions, if you're going to keep calling them Intimidator, or if you're going to call them by their new names. Let me know down in the comments. Of course, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos coming soon to Hollywood Studios. Goodbye, guys.